Good day from down under, and thanks for clicking. Today we're kicking off our new comic book retro review series, where I'll grab a book from the comic book box, and good, bad, or otherwise, I'll break it down and review it straight from the original pages. And we're starting the series off hot with one of my favorite books of all time, G.I. Joe issue 21, The Silent Interlude. I was a child of the 80s, born in 1979, and G.I. Joe action figures and the cartoons played a significant part of my childhood. And when I got back into comic collecting as an adult, this was one of the first books I picked up. In fact, I have a couple copies now. Larry Hama is the genius behind this run of G.I. Joe. And in case you don't know who he is, well, he's kind of an icon of the industry. He's written characters such as Wolverine, Conan, and the Avengers. But this G.I. Joe issue 21 is special. It's kind of historic. Not only does it tell a fast-paced, entertaining story, but it does so without one spoken word. That's right, folks, not one thought nor speech bubble in the entire book. Yet it still tells a compelling story of struggle between two of the most intriguing characters in the Joe universe, Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow. So I ask you, just how fitting is it that the Battle of the Ninjas takes place in total silence? The book even brands itself as the most unusual G.I. Joe story ever told. So let's open the book up. The inside cover is an instant nostalgia hit. It's an ad for Masters of the Universe toys. Here they're selling the Talon Fighter and the Attack Track. These were snapped together model kits released by Monogram Models. I never had any of these as a kid, but they look cool. The first page tells us this is a Stan Lee joint. We open on a Cobra fortress and Storm Shadow's coming in hot. He lands in front of the Cobra commander and presents a person completely covered in a body bag. Storm Shadow uses his ninja abilities to slice the bag open, revealing a bound Scarlet as his hostage. The commander seems shocked. She's then led away to the dungeon, one of many I presume. In fact, the entire fortress is really just one big-ass dungeon. Enter our hero, Snake Eyes, jumping from a high-altitude plane. Uzi just whipping around in a free fall. He don't care. What a badass. The next ad is for Magical Racers with the tagline, "You won't believe what little Billy Miller saw in the dark." I remember 80s glow-in-the-dark shit. It sucked. Next we see Scarlet. She's one tough chick. I always loved her back in the day. The cartoon, the comics, she was always tough as can be. Here Storm Shadow's getting a little too close. Looks like he's gonna do something unsavory. She bites him and he gets pissed and leaves. The next ad is for Bubble Yum. I used to love this shit. And Pink Lemonade? Yes, please, count me in. When you solve the puzzle, the final answer reads, "It's a mouthful of yum." Yeah, a mouthful of yum. Next we get Destro on his fancy computer. He's running a defense protocol of some sort, and it tells him there's an airborne invader. It also tells him that that invader has a 0.00018% chance of success. I like those odds. Snake Eyes lands on a giant Cobra statue and begins his assault on the fortress. Scarlet, shown once again to be a badass. She pulls a hair clip out of her hair and picks her handcuffs. She isn't going to just wait around to be rescued. The next ad is for the Zorcom spaceship, a genuine fiberboard piece of shit that you're supposed to use as a hideout or something. It claims that young astronauts can climb in it or through it. Now that's adventure. Back to the story, we get Scarlet whooping Storm Shadow's ass. She uses her chains with which he was bound, and she wraps him up and sends him plummeting down to the bottom of the dungeon. Meanwhile, Snake Eyes is just straight up murdering Cobra foot soldiers. Look at this, he throws a knife into that dude's chest, then he chucks the other dude right off the castle wall. No mercy, this guy. Next is this weird ad that I haven't figured out yet. It says, "Your computer fits the original arcade hits." I'm still not exactly sure what the hell they're selling. This is from Atari Soft, and it claims to be a news source for computer software. And now you can play games like Pac-Man and Defender on systems such as IBM, Apple II, and ColecoVision. But what the fuck is it? Is it a program? Is it an adapter? I don't know, it's not very clear. There's not a specific product or what exactly it is. Destro, now hot in pursuit of Snake Eyes, comes across a downed Cobra soldier who points the way the elusive ninja went, only to reveal that Snake Eyes is the downed soldier. Yep, he pulled the old rope-a-dope. Awesome. Storm Shadow's now had enough. He does this magical handshake with himself, and he summons 3 red ninjas. Good color coding in this issue. It makes sense since everybody's masked. Scarlet kicking more ass? Yes, please. She's using her shackles again. This time she takes out 2 more Cobra minions and steals Storm Shadow's ride. Now we get the most interesting ad in the comic, in my opinion. It's an ad for Grit Magazine, but not for you to buy Grit Magazine. No, they want you to become a distributor for Grit Magazine. That's right, this is an early 80s childhood pyramid scheme. They claim you can earn great prizes and gain practical business experience. Yeah, all while peddling their shit magazine. I wonder how many kids went door to door trying to sell Grit Magazine so they could get their great, fantastic prizes. But below that ad is a comic convention ad. That's right, comic conventions in 1983. New York, Boston, a whole lot of cities. Imagine the deals you could find there. The final showdown begins as Snake Eyes meets the first Red Ninja, and he just bashes him to death with a manhole cover. The next Red Ninja has size, like Raphael, and does some fancy moves with him, twirling around and stuff. This scene is a bit reminiscent of Indiana Jones and Raiders of the Lost Ark, the market scene that was released just 2 years prior to this. Anyways, Snake Eyes, not impressed, just throws a grenade right at him and blows him to bits. Holy shit, look at this, he's not fucking around. He just chucked a grenade at that guy and blew him to pieces. At last, Snake Eyes approaches the final Red Ninja and Storm Shadow, who are held up together at the top of the stairs. Oh yeah, and Snake Eyes is unarmed at this point. Snake Eyes quickly gains the upper hand and beats the hell out of both ninjas, including a brutal double foot curb stomp to Storm Shadow. And enters Scarlet to get Snake out of dodge. But honestly, I'm not sure why he needs rescuing. He's a human wrecking machine. He hasn't been in danger once since he arrived, and he's taken out nearly the entire Cobra base by himself with a .0000812 whatever chance he had. As a final effort, Storm Shadow throws his sword and it appears Scarlet is dead meat. But nope, Snake Eyes proves again he's the fastest ninja in the West. He catches the sword right out of midair with both hands and the good guys blast off to safety. Storm Shadow's left yearning for more battle, and we're shown in the final scene the ninjas are linked as they share a symbol on their arms. The end. Except for an ad for a He-Man game on the Intellivision and Atari 2600. Cool artwork. Overall, this book is a 9 out of 10. It's top notch all the way around. The artwork, the storytelling, the characters, all fantastic. The one downside to this book, I would say, is that Storm Shadow is owned throughout. Snake Eyes is never in any real peril. The final showdown was a little quick. Only 1 page. I wish they had battled for maybe 2 or 3 pages, and Storm Shadow had a chance to get the upper hand. The price for this comic on the secondary market is reasonable. You can pick up a copy in the $40 to $60 range in decent shape. If you want a good collectible, go pick up this book. It's an awesome piece to have. Thanks for watching, everybody, and please subscribe. We're trying to get the channel off the ground. We have some great stop motion videos and other great stuff like this video here. And now you know, and knowing's half the battle.